I have a question. How is everyone? For the new listeners and the new listeners, this is the first episode of I Have a Question. I'm your host, Tai Su. So, this is actually my second attempt making a podcast. Um, the first one, I give it a wild name and I spelled some wild secret that I wish never to revisit. And I hope there is no one out there download and kept it. Uh, Probably they never will because last time I checked, before I delete the podcast, I checked that there were only 5 listens to that episode. And all of them are me. So, uh, in order to avoid that, in order to avoid the podcast become like extremely personal and so embarrassing to revisit, I'm just gonna do it the same way I started my TikTok. If you know me, you probably know me from my Instagram, retai underscore Sue, or my TikTok at retai Sue. Look at me. Insert some uh, promo here. uh, so I start doing those seriously since June. It has almost like 6 months at this point. At the beginning, I really didn't know what I was doing. People tell me it's like you need to find your niche, you need to do this, you need to follow the trend, to do lip sync. A lot of things. I was like, I don't really want to do that. I'm not the person who is scared of cringe or being cringe, but I just I don't feel like I'm enjoying doing those things. Um, so my strategy was just like upload videos, right? I did like 7 videos a day, and I keep like upload things like whatever the idea come to my mind. I made a video of it. If you have the time, go to my Instagram and scroll way back, you'll find out it's like that's literally I was being insane. So whatever things come into my mind, I spit it out to the camera. And at a certain point, it just clicked, right? It's like I found my niche. And one day I was just taking a walk. I saw some chairs. I was like, oh, there's a story in there. And I made this series called Isn't This Giving? That is on my Instagram. And I'm planning to do the same thing with this podcast because literally at this point, I don't know what to talk about on this podcast. Like, should we do pop culture? Should we do politics? Which is like a lot of people are gonna hate me if you follow my Instagram. It's like I'm very controversial. Not really, but yeah. Uh, or should I do music or theater? It's like whatever, right? Relationship. I don't know. But as we going forward, I wish like we can find that niche, like we can start talking about it, right? um Also, I was like, maybe at a certain point I can talk about writing because my favorite thing is teaching people how to write. It's not like I'm a polished writer or anything, but it's like I have a lots of opinions. So that's something I want to do. So please leave a comment or write me email. I will leave my email in the comment section and let me know what you want to hear, right? What is your suggestion? What do you think my niche should be for this podcast? Because at this moment, I would just like, let's do the same thing. I have a question, right? And let's do the same thing. I guess like the first thing I wanna do is catching up, right? Let's do this as a catching up. Uh, Recently I've been experiencing some health issue. So I went to doctor because I had this sharing pain on my left leg, and the muscle is just like keep jumping. I didn't know what I was. Went to doctor. He took my ankle and lifted up. I'm just like, okay. And then, but he lifted up. It was like burning, right? The pain. And he was like, okay, you probably have a sciatic pain. You have like a bulging disc or something. We need an X-ray, and that is what's happening. So it has been bothering me, much less so now because I kept going to the gym, and I've been doing this exercise mildly, uh, and it has been working. It's like a miracle. It's like I've been doing it for 3 days, and it really improved. But still, it's like I'm getting old, people. I'm getting old. I'm in my like borderline mid 30, borderline late 30, right? And it's just sad. It's really sad. It's like it's not fun. Our body is like slowly trying to tell you, it's like you're not young anymore. And there are things gonna happen that you need to keep it continue to work, and you probably don't have many years left to have like a perfectly healthy body, whatever. Um, yeah, there's like it truly brought me into this depressive state for the past few days, and I guess that's really like propelled me to do this podcast. It's like I need to vent. I need to tell people it's like what is going on. It's not like I'm not asking for sympathy or whatever. Please don't offer me. I'm totally fine. I think I'm more fortunate than a lot of people. But again, it's just it makes me sad a little bit. Uh, and with that being said, what else? Work. I don't want to talk about work. I don't know, guys. I'm a millennial. Okay, I'm a millennial. I feel like now I'm Chinese. I'm from China, right? I just it puzzles me. The Gen Z, the young people nowadays, like it puzzles me. It's like most of them are completely lost. Truly, like you talk to them, they're lost. They don't know what is going on, right? But they will put on this facade. They will put on this image. It's like they know everything. They absolutely aware what is right, what is wrong, and they want to be this moral judge and to tell you like you're wrong. This is what's happening. Don't tell me what to do. But it's giving me as like a very rebellious thing. I'm talking about work. I know, because I think like now working where I'm working, it's like most part is like to deal with Gen Zs, and really for real, it's like I'm a teacher. I know. I'm a teacher. I have no issue with young people whatsoever. But at the same time, I do see them. I feel like a lot of them just absolutely deeply lost. But at the same time, they mask themselves like they are not. They think like, oh, I'm so put together. But it's just like it's really not necessary. Um and I just feel like a lot of them it's like they just need to go out of their way. They need to see the world. It's like most of the time talking to them is like a super I feel like things in their world is very black and white. It's like a very right or wrong. And in the past few years, absolutely very much that. And I feel like this year, since like, the Trump 2.0, I think like they probably start doing some self-reflection. Unfortunately, it has to be like that. And but again, it's sad. It's sad, but it's also encouraging. I think that's part of the growing up. They just have to grow out of their way. And the same thing can be said to me. I'm no better. I am still growing up. And I need to do the same thing myself. But it's hard. It's hard to deal with uh, people who are of a different background, different upbringing, they hold different opinions on various things. And you in the middle have to play this supervisor role. And it's like most of the time, it's like, you guys are insane. It's like, don't do that. But then you're just like, you know what? On the second thought, you're like, you know what? Do it. And you will learn your lesson. I know I'm talking very abstract because I don't want to get in trouble on my work. Uh, but I think, like, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. And when it comes to next is relationship. Uh, I I am complicated, deeply, deeply, deeply complicated. Again, in order to avoid the mistake I made with my last podcast, I would not spill further details into this one because I want to be able to listen back. Oh my goodness, because it's really complicated for me. Um, I don't know how to explain that. It's complicated, guys. Love is complicated. Uh, I, 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 I think at this point it's like, especially with, oh, so with my sciatic pain, right? As it happening, as I walking back home with the sharing pain on my leg, I was like almost on the edge of tearing. Uh, and in my mind, I was like, should I just stop? Because before I was like, I was in a relationship, and it was like absolutely from the get go. I know it wasn't because of love; it was because of something else. And I feel like both of us in that relationship understood that. Um, and then after I left, I was like, no, you know what? For the rest of my life, I would never compromise. Is if it ever happened, it's not gonna for money. It's not gonna for anything else other than just true love. I know I'm naive. I'm insane. I believe it. I believe in true love. And I was like, if it ever gonna happen to be in a relationship with anyone, then that reason has to be true love. And but cut to having the pain on my going home. I was like, should I? This is. Am I dumb? Am I insane? Like, there's no one out there taking care of me. I have no one to talk to. I have like a friends to vent, but they're not gonna come to me and you know helping me with like a lifting or whatever. And at least it was like giving me some comfort, right? It's like I have to deal with this on my own. And possibly with my way of thinking, it's gonna be, I'm super pessimistic when it comes to relationship. I was like, I'm probably not gonna find anyone for the rest of my life. Like, don't, don't. If you're someone who decided to comfort me and rebuttal me on this, please don't. Like, I'm not saying like it's true, but it's just like it's a pessimistic, self-aware assessment of myself, right? So you don't have to come for me at all. But I'm just saying, like, if I keep holding this standard, I have to deal with my future health issues and everything on my own for like a long, long time. And that is insane. And that is sad. That is depressing. And that is not the reason to compromise. It's not. It's really not. Like I will not compromise. But I was just like, okay, the hardest part, it's like when you're watching a film, especially a horror movie, and at the beginning, it really didn't give you the sense that you're watching a horror movie. You thought you're watching like a family comedy. It's like one of those movies. It's like everyone is so fun, so cool. They're joking with each other. Everything is like so beautiful. Blue sky, cute dogs, etc., etc. And then that strange thing like occurred. That inciting incident occurred, and then you were like, oh, okay, this is it. Everything is gonna go be downhill from here on. And I guess like this sciatic pain thing for me is like my downhill. It's my inciting incident. It's like starting from this point. I don't know. I'm gonna be facing waves. I'm gonna facing tides of difficulties, and I don't know what to do. Uh but I guess I just have to push it through it, right? Again, again. Okay. I'm not trying to be whatever, but I do believe in true love. And I feel like still, it's like if, hey, you know what? I'm just going to say it. If I die alone on a straight corner with like a thin blanket covering my head to toe, and if that is my ending, I'm okay with it. If that is the ending because I was looking for true love and with like all my energy, all my might, all my uh you know stored fortune, I'm okay with it. If that's the ending. Um you know what? It's depressing. Let's not talk about relationship. I feel like what, but here's the thing. This podcast is therapeutic. Again, I'm doing this because I'm trying to cure myself. I'm trying to make myself feel better. Okay. If you're not interested in hearing this, well, sorry. It's gonna be this kind of vibe from now on. Okay, that's so much about me. I had a sciatic pain, and my relationship is messed up, and my work is stressed and insane. And fortunately, I got a few days off. Um, and now I'm doing a podcast trying to make myself feel better. Yeah. Um. So let me throw a few questions. Like, what do you guys want to hear in this podcast? Do you have some like personal problems you would like me to? And it's not like I'm certified in any sort of way, but it's like I would like to help or be entertained by your misfortune. Just kidding. But truly, it's like sometimes you hear people talking about sad things, like it makes you feel better. So sorry. Okay. Uh, so please, please, please don't tell me your name. Don't share any personal details, but please tell me the same thing I did, right? How miserable you are, just like I am. And, it makes me feel better. And I'm going to offer you some comfort. And it's gonna not gonna be genuine. Just kidding. I'm kidding. It's gonna be genuine. But again, I feel like it's just it's like being vulnerable with each other, right? And it makes us feel better. And also, like, do you have other questions? If not, right? let's do it just occurred. Let's do isn't this giving, right? So my isn't this giving uh is a piece of cloth, right? Let's do this. How about this? Normally, if you follow my Instagram or TikTok, you will see me pointing at random objects and telling you like a story or riff on like a joke, whatever. So with a podcast, since you cannot see me because I didn't film myself, I'm probably going to in the future, but I'm not doing that now. If you didn't see me, how about we do isn't this giving? Just like find a household object, right? Let's find a piece of clothing, like a piece of what do you call that? Like a cloth. It can be like a kitchen towel. It can be like a glass, the white pea thing for glasses. It could be like, I don't know, a handkerchief. Yeah. And hold it in your hand. And I want you to look at it and listen to me telling you this interesting story. So, sorry about the dramatic foreshadowing. It's actually not that interesting of a story. It's kind of gross. But you know what? I'm just gonna, because before I was recording this podcast, I was like, I don't just want to talk about myself, and I don't know what to talk about. So let me do the same thing like I did for my Instagram. Like tell a story. Uh, this one I heard it like a long time ago. So I have a friend who knows this woman, right? She's like 20, I think she was like 27 at the time. And it was like good looking. Her parents are like doing well. So it's like from a good family, right? And she lived in Beijing at the time. And uh my friend introduced her to a friend of a friend. Uh and they fell in love and they, became engaged. And it happened as like a super fast. And my friend was like, "Oh, interesting." It's like, "What? This is super fast. Are you sure?" But it's like they're super happy. And one day, this girl came to my friend and was like, "It's just she doesn't look well." And my friend was like, "Oh, what happened?" And she was like, I don't know if I should stay in this relationship anymore." And she was like, "Oh, did you got cheated? Was he like a, you know, a jerk to you?" Uh, she was like, "No, he's like a really nice guy. Is his family." Um, my friend was like, "What happened?" So this is what happened, right? For the people who don't know, in China, I feel like it's also in United States. If you are a person with, I don't know, like you're a girlfriend, boyfriend, right? And then one day they were like, "Let's see my parents. Do you want to come to my parents' house? Like, do you want to have dinner with them?" That's like a big deal, right? It's like you most of the time it's like that's like a super serious kind of like a thing to do. Unless you guys are super serious, you wouldn't do that. So this girl's boyfriend invited her to uh mm, to her his parents' family house, and it was a festival. I think it was like a moon festival. So the girl was like, "Oh my god!" Because like Moon Festival is like very important Chinese festival. It's not just gonna be the parents, but it's gonna be the entire family. It's got all the cousins, all the brother, sister gonna be there. So she was like, "Okay, are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah." So she went with the guy. Everything's fine. They came bearing gifts, and they went into the the neighborhood, which is like surprising to her because it was like it's not just some like random neighborhood. It's like a rich people's neighborhood. And she was like so surprised because the guy didn't tell her anything. But so she knew like this guy is like very successful, but she didn't know it's like, oh, the guy's family is also like that. And she was like, oh, I'm the crazy rich Asian girl. Anyway, so as they drove into the neighborhood, like follow this path, and they get to this house, it's like a beautiful, beautiful house, and they knock on the door. They saw the parents, whatever, right? And that is, she's like so over the moon because the mom is so nice. Everyone in that family is like extremely nice. But there's like one thing that's like a little bit strange because that family is like a beautiful. The house is like beautiful from the outside, right? But when they get into the inside, most part of the houses are like just normal house. But every once in a while, she will spot like old, very like uh dirty things, just like pile at like some random corner. Uh, and she was like, "This is obviously someone has been cleaning these places. That's why it's like most parts are very tidy. But why these corner have these messy things?" And but it skipped her mind. She was like, she doesn't know what to do. But anyway, the entire experience has been super, super nice. Like everyone was so nice to her. She genuinely enjoyed her time there, right? And she was like in the kitchen was like doing something, right? And then uh suddenly like one of the kid was like start screaming and everyone looked because like the kid was like stung by a bee. There was like it was like late summer. So it was like a rarely that happened, but for some reason the kid was like stung by a bee. And this girl, she's a nurse. So like immediately she was like, okay, you know what? Let's get this. Do you guys have this? Do you guys have that? Let me take a look at the injured. Let me look at this kid's injured. It's like she just like because everyone was panicking. All these people they didn't know what to do, and it looked bad. The kiss like looks like really bad. It has like a swollen lips and everywhere, kind of like an allergy. And that, but she is like start handling it, took everything in control, and made like a really good impression of the family to the guy's parents. And she was kind of proud of it, and she was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna 'cause she also feel like a little bit socially exhausted. She was like hiding in the kitchen, like washing some dishes, but at the same time, it's like scrolling down on her phone. And then her mom, his mom, the guy's mom, his boyfriend's mom, came into the kitchen, joined her, right? And they start just like a chit chatting, and it's like the mom is like you can tell like the mom is super happy with this girl, right? And she, but like at a certain point, she was like, "I've just let you know, okay? We are a big family. My son has a lot of brother and sister, and we also his great grandma is like the decision maker of the family, and she loves you. She likes you a lot. We all like you a lot, right? But I just want you to know, like, we are a family, and family, we there are certain things we do, we follow, and it might sound a little bit silly, but we do them. And this girl was like, yeah, 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 I get it, right? Because it's like, China, right? Like, that is Chinese people extremely family oriented. It's not like I'm saying like other countries are not, right? Latinos and like other people, other a lot of people I know they're very family oriented, but it's like a Chinese people are like, you know, a little bit too much sometimes. So she was like a complete understand. She was like, yeah, that's how I was raised. Like a family always comes first, and this is such a wonderful thing you said to me. It's like she was like, yeah, great. Um, and just so you know, I'm also now like the guy's mom, also said to her, she was like, just letting you know, I am actually now very well. I don't have a few years left. Uh, and just so you know that uh, the women is the backbone of this family. Like the men's are out there doing business, they're out there doing becoming this government official, making money, whatever. But like the real people who are running the families are the women. And once again, it's like so basically what she's trying to tell her is like, I'm not only looking for a daughter-in-law, I'm looking for a successor of the family. And from what you just did, like, taking care of everything. It's like, you are such a you are someone that we're looking for. And she was like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and that was like a weird conversation, right? They had, and but she was like just very touched, and it makes her feel a lot better. It's like also like people don't know she is also from like a broken family, not really broken, but her dad passed away when she was in college, and her dad's side of the family treated her like very bad before she was like a part of this big family, and then she felt like she was exiled. And to her, what her boyfriend mom said to her is like super touching. She feel like she found that family again. So she was like, yeah, absolutely. And then later into the night she started like just enjoying her time there, but also there were a couple of things. It's like strange to her. Like she find like a wall of like cabinet cabinet. She find it's like everyone has their own things. Meaning it's like she found this wall of cabinet. It has like chopsticks and plates and bowls in there, right? These utensils. And each cabinet was labeled with names. It's like her boyfriend's name is up there. The boyfriend's mom's name is up there. So it's like everyone have their designated utensil and dishes for food, and they were placed like a very elegantly. She was like, oh, that is weird. And then not only that, she was like, they are uh like sandals were like labeled. Sandals were labeled. It's like the house slippers, not sandals, but house slippers, labeled with everyone's name, and they were put into like designated places. So it's like a lot of these sort of like things are not supposed to be like so particularly labeled, but they are labeled just for everyone's uses. And she was like, that is so interesting. And then once again, it's like a lot of the thing in the house are like a brand new, like a spotless and beautiful, whatever. But also a lot of things are old and worn out. Like those sandals, those house slippers are like obviously very, very old and worn out. But it's like it's not like this family cannot afford to buy new ones, but they were just there. So she was like very confused by the this uh things she saw in the house, right? And at certain point after the dinner, right, she was like taking a walk with her boyfriend, and then just like before they going back to the house to watch TV, she was like asking her boyfriend, she was like, I, your families are so nice. This house is so beautiful. It's like a decoration so beautiful. But why there are, these like dirty old things just came out of nowhere and placed everywhere? And her boyfriend was like, "Oh, that's my great grandma. Yeah, she's like a super frugal person. Like she grew up in this like she grew up experienced a famine. She had this like very very like difficult childhood, and so it's like every little thing to her is like a precious. It's like just like she would not let go of anything. So the things you saw in the house that are old or worn out are all my great grandma's idea. Like there are certain things her great grandma just wouldn't want people to replace them. So it's like house slippers or like dishes or like cups or all these things. Her grandma was like, "We're gonna use these forever." Like even they are, they can afford like much much better things, but her grandma was like, no. His grandma was like, no. And she was like, wow, okay, yeah, this is like so the his boyfriend's mom was right. It's like the grandma is calling the shot in this house, but at the same time this grandma is like really is like taking the thing seriously. She was like, and then, she went back to the house with her boyfriend, and she started feeling a little bit like stomach. She was like, well, I didn't eat anything apart from the dinner, and everyone seems like fine. It's like, what happened? This is just like, and it's getting a little bit worse. And she was like, what the F, right? She was like, are you serious? I'm gonna taking a dump. I'm gonna taking a shit in my future husband's parents' house. This is insane. But then it's like it became so bad. Like she was like she has to. So it's like a whisper to her boyfriend. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a shit. Her boyfriend was like, okay, sure, sure, yeah, yeah, go, go, go. Do you know where the restroom? Like took her and to the restroom, and she was like, it's almost like exploded. Like she could feel it, but it's like it's like she was like, no, you need to let's go. This is serious, right? And her boyfriend was like, go, 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 go. The house is like so big, and they went a few corner, and finally, they get to the restroom. And as she about to pull the door, she saw her boyfriend's mom. Like that woman just like stood right there, as if like she's waiting for them. And then she was like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing, right? This girl was like so embarrassing. She was like, I don't know, I probably have an allergy, right? And the mom was like, it's okay, don't worry. And then she passed the boyfriend's mom passed her a piece of cloth. It's like this like very nicely like a brand new as if it's like a kitchen towel, right? It's like a small, like beautiful, like navy blue colored kitchen towel and give it to her. And then it's like, oh, just take it. And she was like, okay, sure, thank you. She took the cloth, right? And then she went into the restroom. And then, then the moment she was like, she barely, this is like super, super close. She barely made it, right? As she sat down, like, it was like everything calmed down. She was like, ah, just kill me. I'm in my boyfriend's future husband's house and I'm having a diarrhea. This is insane, right? But and it's just like so sad. Uh, she was like having his moment, right? Having her moment. But then she felt better, right? It's like uh, the moment has passed and she's like so embarrassed, but at least she made it. She didn't make anywhere dirty. Her clothes, she checked, like her underwear, everything was like safe, right? She was like, at least I'm gonna came out, I'm gonna spray myself with some perfumes, like, I'm gonna be okay, right? I'm gonna make a joke, everything gonna be fine. And so she start looking for toilet paper. But surprising to her, they are nowhere to be found. She couldn't find any. She was sitting on the toilet and she trying to find toilet paper and there's nowhere to be found. And she was like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? Are you serious? Like, where's toilet paper? And she's just like, keep looking, there's no toilet paper. And then she was like super confused. And that's when she looked up. And the restroom is like surprisingly big. And in that restroom, there is a wall with a full with like a small little like those hooks. And on each hook hangs a piece of cloth. And each hook was labeled with a name. She was like super confused. She was like, what the F are these things? And then her, she, the mom's, she heard the mom outside and she was like, oh, just so you know, we don't have toilet paper. Uh, Grandma forbids us to buy, to use any toilet paper. She thinks it's too wasteful. So we only use cloth in this family. And then she heard her boyfriend's mom walking away. And my friend heard that story and she was so stunned. She was like, are you kidding me? What did you do? And the girl just refused to say anything, like what she did. But the girl was like, I don't know if I can do this. And then 2 months later, my friend got a wedding invitation. So they were having a wedding. The girl decided to marry the guy. So she is super confused. She was like, that is insane. She's insane. But because that's her best friend, one of her best friends. So my friend like went to her wedding. And then in China, we have a tradition. It's like the bridesmaids and the group, the best men or whatever. They need to go to their house in the very very early morning and to help out like all this wedding to prepare for the wedding. So she went to her husband's house, and then she saw the everything with everything labeled of her friend's name. The house slipper has her friend's name labeled. There's a pair of slipper was placed at the place with her friend's name on top of it. There is um, a dishes utensil with her friend's name label on top of it, and it's just like no matter where they go, it's just exactly like what her friend told her. It's like they really have all everybody's belonging labeled with name. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the stable. I'm gonna go to the holy palace. I'm gonna see what's going on. But that's when her friends came out. Her friends was like spot her and stopped her. And she was like confused. She was like, oh, what's happening? And her friend passes her like a stack of toilet paper and whispered to her, was like, just keep it. Don't let anyone see it. And my friend was like, thank you. Uh, but what about you? And this girl was like smiled and didn't say anything and just walked away. And then my friend saw this girl and her mother-in-law like talking in the kitchen. Like the way they're speaking to each other is as if like they are talking about work. They're just like giving you this feeling like they're in this together. They're trying to start a revolution. They're in there for a battle. They're comrades. They are, you know, best friends. And that's the end of the story. So that is the story, and I hope you like this episode. Please let me know if you have any questions or you have any suggestion for me. You can email me. I will leave my email under the comment section, or you can go to my Instagram. That is at retie underscore su Sue, right? Retie Sue. Or to my TikTok at Retai Su. There's no underscore. Um, Please follow my Instagram and TikTok and subscribe to this uh, podcast. Uh, Rate it. Give me a 5-star rating if that's okay. If you think I deserve so, or leave a comment, please, please. I really appreciate it. I'm currently working on a play. It's called Spit in My Mouth on a Rooftop. I'm planning to do a rating next year, and if you can also follow my social media for that. Uh, and I am Ty, and this is my first episode of I Have a Question. I will see you later. Bye.